Your Excellencies, honorable judges, and committees, to the fellow participants whom I respect dearly. I'm humbled to be standing up on your screen to deliver a message or two. So the other day I was scrolling to Twitter and I stumbled upon this video of a girl crying. So I was curious and I proceed to watch it. But what surprises me the most is the fact that she was crying due to the immense amount of homework. Now bear in mind, this little girl is still in kindergarten. She was given a homework to answer 95 questions, something that even I, a high schooler, never endured in my whole life. So no wonder this girl bawls her eyes out. No wonder this girl seeks for guidance, as even I would be under a great pressure if I were in her shoes. However, this is only one voice out of the 43.3 million students of Indonesia. The question is, how are the rest? Are they as severe? So according to UNESCO, as of now, and globally, there are around 300 million students whose rights to attain knowledge are hindered and threatened during COVID-19. How did that happen? How did that ensue? So ever since the pandemic, there has been a major shift of learning platform. What used to be the essentials in a classroom like whiteboards, desk, and teachers now transcends itself to online applications like Zoom, Google Meet, and e-learning. However, these online platforms can only be utilized if they are connected to the internet and propped with an adequate gadget. These 300 million students, however, cannot fulfill those criteria as they are hindered by the factors like economic crisis, technological confidence. So to sum up, Unifah Rashidi, the chief of chairman of Republic of Indonesia Teachers Association, stated that there are typically two students during this pandemic. The first is the one who are equipped, the one who are quick-witted with technology. And the second one, however, is the one who struggle to utilize technology. Now with these urgencies in mind, one must seek for a definite end to it all. This end, as argued by the doctors, could be conjured with the use of vaccines. But have you seen the recent news? Isn't it surprising how there are so many negative comments regarding vaccines, particularly the ones circulating around Indonesia's medium platform? In fact, if we are merely surrounded by negative comments, negative connotations, and negative words, surely would we be redundant to take vaccination as well. Now, based on a survey called COVID-19 vaccine acceptance in Indonesia, it was released in November 2020 and it stated that 27% of the respondents still feel a great skepticism, while the other 6% rejects vaccines completely. So this is because there is still a proportion of Indonesia who does not believe in the existence of COVID-19. And this happens because COVID-19 is often associated with propagandas, conspiracy theories, and hoax. Now, according to the Ministry of Communication, or Kominfo, it was stated that there were 1,819 accusations of COVID-19 circulating around Indonesia. This wouldn't be much of a threat to developed countries. But on a developing country like Indonesia, citizens, however, tend to believe everything that they read online. But thankfully, as more educated figures stood up to voice their knowledge on their platforms, this percentage has decreased. From the previously 27%, it decreased to 19.2% as of January to March 2021, as stated by the Indonesian Health Ministry. So, what exactly does this vaccine do that allows them to put an end to it all? Now, bear in mind, I'm gonna get a little geeky in this part. So, in a nutshell, there are four important steps that a vaccine does. Step 1. There are a weakened and harmless antigen that is injected to our body by needles. Step 2. The body recognizes this antigen and triggers our immune system to respond. Step 3. There's this specific white blood cell called the B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte who works together so that they can create an antibody and engulf the antigen. Step 4. Memory cells can be made. Now, this particular memory cell is what makes a vaccine's worth. So basically, what this memory cells does is that it allows the body's immune system to tackle further reinfections more effectively and more quickly. So say if a person gets infected by corona and he or she is already vaccinated, the eradication of the said virus is much more faster. But above all, the most selling part is how people that are vaccinated cannot pass on the virus to another people. So say the virus can pass on to another two people. If you do the calculation, that other two people will then affect another four people, and the chain goes on and on and on, hence the term pandemic. But if a vaccinated person stood in between those chains, they act as a protective barrier to stop this transmission. This is called herd immunity, where a proportion of vaccinated person is vaccinated, it is expected that the virus wouldn't grow over time. So, the concept of herd immunity is the main reason why educational sector must be prioritized. As teachers and students particularly are prone to COVID-19, these teachers act as the protective barrier. So according to Nadima Karim, it is expected that 5 million teachers would be vaccinated as of July 2021. The good news is it's September now, so the numbers are predicted to grow significantly. Now, with all these urgencies in mind, the only way to recover our disparity of our loss of education is for those to be vaccinated. So for those of you who still do not believe in vaccination, please, I'm begging you to realize that you are indirectly exacerbating the education of future leaders of Indonesia. Thank you. Stay safe. Get vaccinated.